The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. And we are underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Abanikanda now up the middle. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Let's go.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, check that, street. Go.
The screen pass falls incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go.
Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Set up.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Panther Street. 60 Eagles. Set up.
Throwing from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Here's the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. pass caught by Tate Dell. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the red zone now. That one's incomplete over the middle. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And now they face second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Come on, set. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Setting up a throw. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Go!
Looking to the air here. Has it in close. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
All right.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Stroud from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
All right.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. From the gun, Stroud. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here we go, let's go.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Hand off to the back. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans finish off their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On the ground, Abanikanda. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
They're going play action. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? Good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Abanikanda gets it going right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Here we go.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Got it. Ready?
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Go. Set go.
Here's a throw. Into traffic. Complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, In a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he'll fight the good fight forward to around the 21. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Browns will go on offense.
Ready.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's a body conduct. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that gives the Browns a 1st.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Here we go.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Go, check. Go.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Set up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Hey,
They'll try and throw it here. Judy there to grab it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play coming here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 9-point advantage. Tank Dell the touchdown. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Stroud. He put everything he had into this one. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now we'll run here with Blake Corum. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. Trying for the deep ball. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The ability to track the ball, but ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
He has it at the 22. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession.
Ready up.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
And handoff headed left. It's a Bonnie Conduct. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, ball at the 36.
Hey, hurt. Let's go now.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 16-point ball game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing is Stroud. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
They bring their tight end left. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Brought in right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
All right.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They bring Collins in motion right.
Hey.
They're going to run on 1st down with Corum. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second and 6 coming up here. Collins, the receiver, in motion left. From the 48. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Stroud. Complete out to the right. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Man in motion out of the slot. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Right up the gut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Texans trying to make some noise before halftime. Second and 3 now. From the 17. This throw is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They go play action on 1st. That's complete, David Njoku. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught near the goal line. That's a Cleveland touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud from the pistol. He's going deep this time. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go. Hey.
From the gun, Stroud. That one's caught along the left sideline. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route. And then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
On the quick, right?
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Completed to Collins. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Stroud. Into traffic, complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
All right.
Man in motion here. Stroud throwing here on first. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So on 3rd down, they're going to go ahead and bring him out to try and get 3 here before the half. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the gap closes to 14 points.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
Go!
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. This is ahead for about 5. Christian Harris on the stop. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back gets the handoff. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Plowing up the middle. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Stroud now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down, Stroud. Hits his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
From the gun, a carry by Corum. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing is Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Stroud. Ooh, put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. This one from 42 yards out. It's no good. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Play action on first down. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. It is caught at the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. A handoff to Tracy. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A handoff right for Abanikanda. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He's going deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
All right.
Stroud. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They've got a man in motion. Gets everything he has under this throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
They'll throw it again. He'll get this to Tucker. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
On the quick, right?
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now it's Stroud. Collins there to grab it. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. To the air, Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. One quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Browns football. They just need to close this quarter out, and they're on to the next round. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Pass play now. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Browns are lined up to punt. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Stroud off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a 1-yard pickup there, but that's not going to help a ton. It's 3rd and 15.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. That's taken in by Tucker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hand off to the back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. There's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
2nd and 3 now. Here's the handoff. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot. But on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And, yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans cut the lead down to 10. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. Oh, the Texans are confident they have it, and they do! 2-score game. Gotta get yourself additional opportunities somehow. And that right there, that's a huge one. Feel like they absolutely now have to translate this into points.
They really do. And not just make it a one-possession game. As you've taught me, Kate, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time, partner.
One possession at a time. One play at a time. One bite at a time to the very end.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun now for Stroud. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. Second down coming up.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown, lost.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Running back sent in motion. Stroud to throw again on second. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go.
They kick the running back in motion. Throwing on third down, Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7.
Here we go.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Working inside the red zone. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. So second down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They bring Collins in motion right. Second and 10, Stroud to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with a Bonnie Conda. And he'll only get this to about the 17 before they take him down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Running once more with a body conduct. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Come on, set.
Again, it's a body conduct. Couldn't manage even a yard on that run, so now it's 4th down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns with a 10-point advantage. The Browns are lining up to punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Punt meets him at the 28. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Try and push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Give him 3 on that gain. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
All right.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
All right.
To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. This is brought in at the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Stroud from the pistol. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Browns are tackled close to their own end zone. But the important thing is they got that football back. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there. Heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
On first down, they'll run. And he hits a little space up to the 9-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So the Browns come away with the win. And they were the top-ranked team in action in this wild card round, Brock. So this was always the expectation that they'd advance through to the divisional round. And next week, they're going to be right back here playing for a spot in that conference championship. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.